let's give this a shot. So, been brought to my attention that a lot of people have been asking me about just like guitar EQing, I guess, and tone in general. Been talking to a couple of close friends and other people that are in bands, and of course, a lot of people are doing the whole record everything yourself these days, and yeah, I guess no one is, or a lot of people have a lot of concerns on how to get their guitars to sound good. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that my guitars sound like the best things in the world, but I get them pretty close to where I like them anyway, so I can at least shed some advice, or maybe this will help give some tips to some people doing this themselves. So let's dive right into this. And the first thing I should probably do is start with a completely blank slate. So I am using Wavcvlt. I think it's an older one, the older plugin. I know they're on Wavcvlt 2 now, which I should have. I think they have mainly like a lot of the same nonsense going on, but until I do that, this is what I have. And this is kind of an older mix that I did, and I didn't even do this mix originally. This is from I think it's like a demo mix before we sent this song out to the producer or the mixing engineer Isaiah in Texas. So this is the song Death Signs, and what I put together for it before it got sent out. So we're gonna start out, and I'm gonna take all the things off, which wasn't really much. It's just the plugin, the Wavcvlt plugin. Looks like I did a little EQ thing there, but we're gonna start from scratch, and whatever's on the bus we'll take off as well. And I'll center pan these and return them to normal volume so we can just see what we're talking about here. Okay. So what we should have right now is just a dry signal. Actually sounds like pretty good DI tone. And that's got to be the number one thing. When I talk to people about guitar tones, it's not necessarily the amplifier that you're using or amplifier plugin that you're using or what cool EQ you just bought for $300. It's really like, if it doesn't sound good going into the computer, you're never going to make it sound as good as you want to. So it needs to, start out being like really good, clean, precise. And then when you add everything onto it, it should only sound better and better and better and better. So let's take a listen. I'll listen to one guitar. I played a little sloppy. What else do we have here? This is probably the chorus. But I actually have like a lot of dynamics in the playing. So if you see all these like peaks and valleys, like some parts are like really quiet, some parts are really large, and that's probably partially to do with like the palm muting to open chord ratio. So everything that's palm muted, I think, is a smaller waveform, and then everything that pops open is this bigger waveform. So that adds a lot of dynamics. So compression might be good to have here. That takes a lot better. Okay. So I might, and I have these grouped into a group or a bus, if you'd like to call it that, but I think I'm gonna have to compress these individually. And I might just use an Ableton compressor to do that, something that's just stock and not very heavy, because I'm not looking to get a whole lot out of this. I just need to reduce the peaks a little bit. So guitar one, let's drop a compressor. I'll just loop this. So basically all I did is I just lowered this threshold here, because you can see where it's like the quietest. So I just dropped the threshold to where like the quietest point is, and it's going to turn down all those loud peaks to be pretty much the same volume as everything that's quiet to a certain degree. So now I'm getting everything kind of more at the same volume. If I A-B it here, hopefully you can hear what I'm doing a little bit. like the palm mutes are a lot louder now. Sorry. I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. Still drinking coffee. Woke up late because I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. So we just got done playing in Michigan and had to travel back and fix that sleep schedule of mine. So I'm starting a little bit late today. So yeah, so compression. Let's do it to the other guitar too. The other guitar, that sounds way better. And I'm dialing in the attack to make it happen a little faster. I just wanted to catch the peaks. And I won't do 100% on this dry wet. I'm probably going to do like right around 65. So it's still got a little bit more of the natural playing aspect to it. This is just going to make it a little bit punchier and in your face. So at least I hope it is. Next thing is I'm going to pan these left and right. I'm going to do hard pan left and right. Some people don't. Some people like to try to do like a little halfway and a little halfway, but I always find that all the way left and all the way right for your different guitars is going to be best. And this is kind of what that sounds like. Starting to peak a little bit already, and that might... This is telling me that I peaked by 0.89 decibels, so maybe that might have to do with the compressor. Increase the attack on that first guitar. It's quieter. Maybe I do a faster attack than that. It's getting closer. I wonder why that's still kind of clipping. Maybe I gotta increase the ratio here. I'll put it to 3:1. Yep, that did it. All right, cool. So we're coming in all nice and even. Next I'll mess with some amps. All right, so let's do my good old faithful bias effects. We'll drop that on guitar too. And I have a preset that I download from the Tone Cloud that I've kind of modified a little bit myself. It's called the Modern Gent Tone. Why not, right? Oh man, that's really high pitched. Or it's got a lot of static in it. Let's fix that. Gotta chase down that fuzzy high frequency. trying to get rid of anything that's overly harsh sounding. I think for right now that's okay. Probably gonna have to mess with that a little bit more. That came in so staticky. That normally does not happen on that amp. But I think I got it tamed. I think I chased all those gross frequencies away. You can kind of hear all the fret noises, still kind of annoying, but I'm going to try doing bias on the other guitar. If not, I have another amp that I might go to. Let's solo that guy out. Let's see what this sounds like. That'd be good if I actually selected the amp that I wanted to use. No, not you. Sorry, I selected the wrong one. You. You know, I'm just not digging it. That's so weird. I wonder if it's the mastering settings. There we go. We're going to try a different amplifier. You got pedals on here or something? Evidently we needed that pedal. I'm gonna switch it up to the chorus. Where are you at, chorus? Go back to the head. Alright, that might not be too bad. Might just see what that sounds like in the mix. It's a little noisy for me right now, but we'll see. Turn them down to actually meld with the mix a little bit. Now I might throw in an EQ to see if I can pull out some of those other annoying harsh frequencies, because they don't inherently sound like bad together. They just need a little bit of work, I think. So let's go. Drop an EQ on this guitar and see what we can pick out. Where's the chorus? There it is. The more you EQ something, the more volume kind of drops out of the overall guitar mix, because you are, with doing EQ cuts, you are turning down the volume of frequency band, so it is going to get a little quieter. Alright, try to do something about the low end down there. Let's do a little shelf. And actually, we're going to do, what do they call it, like a ×4 shelf. Just don't need all that extra boominess down there. Like, we have a bass guitar, it'll be fine without it, I think. Yeah, let's see what that sounds like. It's like right on 200 there. This is an annoying little muddy thing. Alright, cool. Let's move on to the other one. Yeah, that could use a lot more top end presence just because of the type of amp that it is. And let's see how much low end we can get away with taking out. I kind of like that brick wall idea. Go fishing around for some other annoying things. Let's see what those sound like together. Honestly, those came out sounding a lot better than I thought they were going to. Let's see what they sound like in this breakdown. So that's how I've treated those individually. So pretty much compressing the DIs on the way into an amp sim, and then cleaning up the amps with just a little bit of EQ on both of those. That's all we've really done so far, and I think it actually sounds pretty good. And I like using the two different amps because they really have like different dynamics as far as like the frequency range that they're working in. Like this guitar 1 sounds like it's more handling like the lower mid range, where this guitar 2 is handling more of the upper mid range. That's what I'm hearing anyways. Like you can hear that one's got a lot more high end. All right, what else can we do? I'm gonna hit save real quick because sometimes when I drop ozone plugins on stuff, it tends to crash. So first things first, we're gonna drop a dynamic EQ, and this is pretty much just gonna be for the palm muting. Because anytime you do a palm mute, there tends to be an excess of low end buildup. So this is just going to tell that, like, hey, every time a palm mute happens, turn down the low end, and then hopefully it should even out a little bit more. So you see that every time that's whole like da 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 da, that's that frequency band pulling down. And I adjusted the threshold over here so that way it wasn't affecting any of the open notes. Like you pretty much want this not to be moving at all while just like non-palm mute information is going on. Cool. It's really pulling down a lot on those now. So that should even out the overall playing. And then, since doing a lot of those EQ moves kind of like took the guitars out of the left-right stereo spectrum, I'm going to try spreading them out a little bit more using an imager. So let's see if we can spread this out a little bit more. Cool. I'm hearing some annoying frequencies now, so I'm gonna actually drop an equalizer in here and try to pick those out before they hit that stereo imager. Put this all in a little group and see what it's affecting to the overall signal. Yeah, you can just hear that really annoying 4K frequency, like this whole thing. Here, I'll see if I can solo it out. 4K is just the absolute worst frequency when it comes to guitars. Like I could hear that while I was doing the stereo thing. And then this, I just kind of like didn't really think it was necessary. Just had a lot of nastiness in it. I just heard that now too, so I pulled that out a little bit. Let's see how the next chorus is gonna come out sounding. Dial them back a little bit. And that is how I dial in and EQ my guitars. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, just please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to talk about this stuff anytime. Take care.